so discussion. I was trying to set it up so Steve and them could have saw it. But today is more so for us to become engaged in some conversation pieces about the faith. Anybody seen them? I have another oil thing that says Pastor. Anybody seen that from the other week?
I got it.
You do? Okay. And can somebody, I think I had some water on the table. We got some more legal stuff behind here. Well, look at this. Come on, kid. Thank you, brother. Oh. Word said, be offended by what? Why do you think it say that? Why do you think it say that, brother Snow?
He's going to try to offend, but, you know, the word is really warning us.
How many people keep that in mind? Raise your hand.
Be offended at nothing. No.
Right. Okay. Y'all keep it in mind, but do you do it?
Yes, sir.
You do?
Yes, sir.
You do? Yes, sir. What about you, brother? Freddie?
That will work out. I'm mindful of what Pastor Dow was talking about, how you have to be careful how you hear.
There it is. You got to be careful how you hear. Now that you know that's a really good way to put it. You know?
That's it.
As you log into the money, that's amazing. Let me try to send it again. Right, let me send it again. Gmail. LT, Saturday. December 14th. Baraka. Same thing. Right. So while he's doing that, you know, we're going to get ready to dive in. We're going to go ahead and pray here in a second. But I want to bring y'all up to speed because this discussion really, I was trying to, I don't know if is it public? What is it? Is it unlisted? What is it, babe?
It's unlisted.
So ain't nobody on there, right?
You got 4 people.
You need to send that link to Brother Steve-O. Huh?
I put it in the group.
And then I guess we'll make it live later. I mean, you can probably send it to the Straightway group.
I put it in the house.
But I'm talking about on the Pastor Dow page or one other page. Cause I don't know if they was having, can you check and see if they was having brother segment? I was trying not to cut them out.
It's PowerPoint.
It ain't gonna convert over?
I thought you didn't like that.
No, I'm just trying to open it up in Google. But that's how I was just sending out.
I got PowerPoint on the laptop up there. I would have used it.
No, I just only sent the PowerPoint because then let me send it the other one. Well anyway, while we doing that, we're gonna keep it.
Right here.
Alright, so you still got the other screen up?
Yes.
Alright. So, is everybody fine?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna ask the question again. Is everybody fine?
Yes, sir.
Up top, everybody fine up there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good spirits and love y'all and the Holy Spirit and everything?
Yes, sir.
Y'all hear it? What about over here on around the back skirts, the mothers and everybody good?
Yes.
Hallelujah. All right. What about over here? Everybody
Yes, sir.
we here?
Yes, sir.
In the kitchen, in the background. Sister team up there, you good? Hallelujah. All right. So I got everybody said they were fine, Brother Mark. Sound like it, didn't it? Right. So you can't get mad then. Right? You can't get mad. And don't get mad. You know, because, you know, this is what I'm finding out right here. You know, it really hit me. Pastor Dow texted me this morning, you know, just asking about a matter. I said, wow. You know, the last thing I said to him is that, you know, I'm tired of people not hearing your words. Because, you know, he texts back, said, Pastor, this is just to the point. If you ain't realized that Yah has called you to a place, if you ain't realized that you are where you supposed to be, so that Yah can save you out of the forthcoming wrath and indignation that is going to come, and you miss it. I'm telling you, listen. I think one of the best conversations me and Sister Danielle had was yesterday. She was saying, it can't be nothing, you know, that should keep you from being where you're supposed to be. What's better than being there around my family? So call dining hall like Pastor say. Because you got to realize, all of y'all, you got to realize, I don't have no special agenda. You know, I'm going to do the announcements after the message. I figure I'll do it after the message. All right, remind me. If I don't do it, make me remember. I don't know how excited I'm going to get or what. We got some stuff to talk about. But the point being is, when I first came to Straightway, like I was telling them last night, one of the first people I met on the land was DJ. All us came in and it seemed like the same year, I think. Or if he was there before or after, I thought he said that was his first time, because I remember being in Rollin Thrift's tent. Me, DJ, Brother Delano, somebody else, maybe you, Brother Word. Remember we drank wine?
Yeah.
Wasn't that us?
Yep.
See? We drank wine together down on the lane.
Yep.
Matter of fact, that was the time you asked me so you a pastor? No, ain't no pastor, bro. I knew that was far from me, yeah. Thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang. It blew my mind too, Brother Word. I'm like, why this dude ask me am I a pastor? I don't even hardly know nobody down here. You know what I'm saying? But let alone you see where people paths are end up. Now think about that, Brother Word. How do you go rogue? Well, you ain't heard none of the message. See, this is what I be saying about sitting and filling in seats. Filling in a seat, Josh. But you filling in the seat, but are you hearing? Are you getting understanding? See, my understanding was this always. First of all, let me put you here. I pray that Yah send somebody in my life that is already doing what we're trying to do. You hear me, Gabby? Because we were always on it. But then, it's like, with seeing how big the issue that you got to tackle, you know how much stuff is out there, Brother Fred? You got to do food prep. You need training so you know if you're going to protect your family. I mean, there's so much out there. Who is already doing this? Guess what? Bam, here come Pastor Dow. Right? See that? So then, we get connected with Pastor Dow. We get connected with Pastor Dow. He's doing all of this. So Kevin, was my prayers answered?
Yes, sir.
Because I look at where I'm at tonight, where I'm at right now. Mother, I surrendered. I surrendered to, okay, you got the knowledge. I ain't coming there trying to fix nothing. I don't know nothing. I'm just now starting to get in a mode where I'm checking people around the whole of the ministry. Because number one, I want to present myself around the ministry. I ain't coming here trying to do nothing. I want you to look me over thorough. And if you see fit for me to say something or do something, then that's what I'm going to do. Even one of the recent things I was talking to Pastor about, just about people being here in the congregation. Pastor like, you a pastor, go ahead. So I'm just making sure I stay in that. Because I'm here to support Pastor Dow 100. Whenever somebody talk crazy, whenever somebody go off sideways against the ministry, whenever people want to go rogue in these different communities, I'm there. I'm with it. Because I know what this is about. So the understanding is this. You don't have to be here. Because guess what? There's no necessity that we got to have brother such and such or sister such and such or mother such and such. No. If you're not going to fulfill your role, you're not needed. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Because I'm seeing the pattern all through the book. All right? So let us pray, and then we're going to dig into a few things. Let everybody stand. Dear Abba, Father, the Holy One, the one that was, that is, and that is to come. We bless you in this day. We thank you. We just look forward to all that you are doing to help your people be restored. Father, you are giving us an abundance of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in this day. You are teaching us about the ways of righteousness, Father, those things which are pleasing in your sight. So I ask, Father, that your Holy Spirit be here, that we receive the things that are necessary, Father. We're coming in discussion today, Father, with a concern in your word, Father, with a heaven and earth, Father. You put all this within them. You're the one, Father, that rested in this day, Father. So let our hearts and our minds and our soul rest surely in you, Father. We bless those, Father, who have an ear to hear today. We cancel out the assignment of the enemy against us, Father. All that is wicked, that is set before us, Father, we bind it on earth as you bind it in heaven, Father. We loose sufficient amount of angels, Father. Angels of protection, Father. Angels of healing. Angels, Father, of a teaching of the truth, Father, that we shall receive all that is for us. All that you mean and you intend for us to receive in this day, Father. Let all Israel, in the mighty name of Jesus, Yeshua, so be it. Let us all say, hallelujah. Hallelujah. All right, you may be seated. All right, but let me see here. Everybody doing all right? I'm just checking one more time. Just checking. You think they doing all right, D?
So be it.
So be it. All righty. Huh?
It's darker than that on YouTube.
All right. It's all right. Let's see here. I don't need that. Yes. Huh? Oh, yes, ma'am. All right, hallelujah. So we getting ready to flow. Let us flow. All right. So the title of our talk, our discussion today is giving to the work of the service. So what's the first thing that come to mind, Brother Word, when you see this? Just give me one word.
Peace.
Peace, giving to the work of the service. Peace.
Oh, I was looking at the picture.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh yeah, that's yeah, me too.
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice. Okay, I like that. What about you, Brother Snow?
Servants.
Servants. There's one more man on this side over here. Dwayne.
I would say few.
Few? What about you, Sister Bree? Time. Mother Pat.
I was gonna say patience and selflessness.
Patience and selflessness. What about you, Mother Melissa? Teamwork. All right, so we heard. So let's go to the next screen. Can you see that, Brother Mark? I want to move back some. Giving to the work. Giving as a sign of honor. Giving good gifts versus giving a wicked portion. Knowing free will giving. These are some of the things that we're going to talk about. All right, because there are some things that we're going to see that I just laid it out there today, just drop a bombshell in there just to see what people's thoughts were about what we saw. And it was concerning Genesis chapter 14, verses 18 through 20, but really 14 through 24. Okay? But 18 through 20 is where we got to kind of sift through. All right? And see what it is. Because when we read from the different versions, all right, what do you got?
NRSV.
Okay, you got the scriptures? Perfect. So, cool. So you're going to handle it from there. I'm going to handle it from the mechanical translation. You're going to handle it from the scriptures. So how we going to do it? All right, let's go to the next screen. Now, the other thing is when we start to look at the work or giving to the work, we got to understand what that is. But if we don't understand from a Hebraic standpoint, all right, then we miss out. See, translation of the word is extremely important. But why is it important to understand translational errors in the Bible? Do anybody want to speak loud enough so that people can hear? Anybody on that, Brother Keith? Some people on there?
Yep.
How many?
You got 12.
All right, they even stacked in a little bit.
So you can understand the instructions.
Kevin, brother, you right. So you can understand the instruction. This is what this is about. You know, I just take something as simple as I was looking at dog training this past week. And one of the points the man emphasized is as soon as a puppy comes home, you begin to spend time training so that there's communication between you and the puppy. So when he gets older and stronger, then he understands exactly what you desire. You understand what he desires or she, and then you all can now go out in public and do according to what it is that's, you know, a good standard to set. See what I'm saying? So then when I look at the Most High Yah, we are his creation. Without instruction. Right? Let's go. All right. So we're going to look over free will offering. This is from the KJV. Go ahead, D.
And thou shalt keep the feast of weeks unto the Lord thy God, with a tribute of a free will offering of thine hand, which thou shalt give unto the Lord thy God, according as the Lord thy God hath blessed thee.
Now, stop. Look what he said. Look what's said right here. You're going to give a free will offering according to what he has blessed you with, or according to what you think is good. Look at this, and what do you come up with? What do you come up with, D? Based what?
It's based off of the level of that which you have.
Okay. Anybody in disagreement? Raise your hand. Everybody that's in agreement, raise your hand. He said, according to being made known, but there has already been a bloodless sacrifice going forth on behalf, based on things we read, for those things until we come into the fullness, until we come into the knowledge. Right?
Yeah.
So let me pause real quick. How many people think this is about tithes? Raise your hand. You don't think it's about tithes, Sister Jay?
No.
You don't, brother?
It's a free offering.
Okay. But is this we getting ready to get into? It's just with it.
That ain't the motive. That's
No.
not the drive behind it.
Isn't what we're talking about a part of the relationship that we're supposed to have with the Father?
Yes.
That everybody's required.
If we love the brethren, right? If we love them, then we know we love Yah, right? See what I'm saying? Because you can't serve him if it's hard to serve people you don't love, ain't it? It's extremely hard, ain't it? Like pulling teeth.
Serve them like the standard you should. It's hard.
Serve them with a knife in their back, ain't it? What you want? Right? What you need? Hey, if you on Wi-Fi, cut the Wi-Fi off, please. I don't know. But it's recording. You see it stop?
It keeps telling us, trying to reconnect.
Really? This is amazing. Now you go live, and it just plays right through. Start talking about Yahweh, it just. You ain't got to disconnect this.
You sure?
Yeah, cause that. Yeah. Damn. Just everybody else. Right, so let's go to the next screen. You know, you just had to hit the arrow over. Alright. Yes. Right. So, we got all this on here now. I don't know how we get this on. How you get it back like it was with this one? Alright, there we go. Well, there we go. Alright. So, right, so we're looking at that word free will. Now we're going Nadaba. Alright? Nadaba. Alright? Look what it says, BDB definition. Voluntariness, free will offering. Voluntariness, free will, voluntary, offering. Alright, it's gonna get a little deeper. Because now this is where I want to bring you in. See, because this is what I've been finding out here recent, is that it's more than likely always good to go back to the root of the word, because this is what you find out when people start making translational errors. The word that you translated to has nothing to do with the root, or the root word. See, parent root in Hebrew is important because actions stem from things. Alright? So they were talking about, I'll give an example. I was trying to remember the word he used. But the translation of the word was firm, right? And the two examples was used, oak tree and I forget the name of that animal. It was like a bull, but it was firm. So they used that to describe this and that, even though this is an animal, this is a tree. It's like, how? But see, Hebrew is explaining function. You get it? It's explaining function, like how does this function? So that's what this is about. So you can't have a root or a root word that don't line up with the function. Does that make sense, Brother Mark? Right, so let's go to the next. All right, so we're gonna look at the mechanical pathway of the root word. All right, and that is nadab instead of nadaba. Nadaba. All right, nadab. So then when we look at that pathway, the mechanical function, noon has a function, dalet has a function, bait has a function. Everybody say bait. Bait. Right? Sound good. Sound ready to go to war. Right? So noon is continuation of a sprouting seed. Noon of O looks like a seed with a stem, or it looks like the little deal that fertilizes the egg, known as what? Sperm. Same setup. Same as when the seed is in the ground and the sprouts start coming off of it. Right? Dalet, the opening of the door. Door. All right? Bait, house, or tent. Let's go. So let's look at the summary. a seed of continuation enters into the door of the house. You see that? So that's where the free will is. See that? You helping something to continue. You helping the house to be sustained. See that? Now it's of whatever you have. Remember? It's of whatever you have. That's time, money, energy, right? Resource. Right?
Yes, sir.
Ain't that something? What you think about that, Sister Jazz Roberts?
Just me being a language person, going back to the translation, I just think it's completely awesome. And in the bread thought, it's concrete, there's no way around, there's no other thing you come up with. It's just exactly what it says, what it's for, and its function.
That's
it
the
explains why we do these things.
exactly. So it's saying when you come to the feast, you bring a free will offering. Guess what? You bring it. Know what I mean? He said, "Will a man rob?" God. Come on, there it is. Y'all know that. Will a man rob God? Said, bring it where? Into the what? Storehouse. See what I'm saying? So let's dig in. Is this confusing, Sister Thurman? Got it? All right, so this is from the root definition right out of the ABLA. All right? I said it right? No. Ancient Hebrew lexicon. It's the AHLB, right? All right. The AHLB. The Ancient Hebrew Lexicon of the Bible. I got excited, I told you. You know, you see people that make a wrong move. Like that. No, bro, they didn't go. With that. That didn't happen to me, because I was pretty good. Hallelujah. All right, so let's look at this root definition. Look at the root definition. This meaning, this is where the origin is, where it comes from. Offer. Offering. All right? Or honor. You see that? So when you honor, then guess what? This is where free will offering comes from. When they were building up the tabernacle, they asked, whatever is laid upon your heart, that shall you bring. And they were overflowing with gifts. It was overflowing. They had to tell them to stop. Y'all hear this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I said they were over what? The offering of something with a willing heart. You see that? As a sign of what? Honor. So, like I said, I went up there this weekend and just like I come to the door, there's more stuff laying down there in the floor. Pastor, I left you this. Oh, you did this. Here, Pastor, take this back. I mean, you can't hardly walk around the house without honor. You understand? So you got to understand what that is, because see then, Yah said he going to bless them that what? And curse them, curse you. All right? And the word, the mechanical word for bless is kneel. Honor. Right? All right, so we're going to go to the Bible dictionary and we're going to look at what Strong's had to say. All right, I want to start right there at concretely. All right? Concretely, it says spontaneous. What's spontaneous? Like that. You come to the door. You know what I mean? It wasn't a feast. It wasn't, you know what I mean? Wasn't no sign on the door, leave gifts up here for Pastor Corey. It was strictly spontaneous. Look at the other word. Or, by inference in plural, abundant gift. Plentiful. You see that? You gotta understand what that is. See, abundant ain't just because it's a load or stack of money. It's like, man, when your heart is open, man, you find a way to boil. Make sure stuff get done. See, people understood it. That's why I went to the example when they was building the temple. They were making sure that they had an abundance of wood, they had gold, they had enough linen for the curtains. I mean, everything you need. What else do you need? Because people knew what the temple, this temple is going to get built for Yah. You see what I'm saying? So I'm talking about this Hebrew people right here. This is a Hebrew people. And I wasn't talking to y'all. This was an at-home message, but you know what? I just decided to go ahead and put the link in there. So maybe this will help some of you all. Because see, as I think about the discussion I had about the Jerry, I'm looking at my number one thing. I'm asking the question, brother, what are you doing? Well, I feel like my talents is getting stunted. I said, wait a minute, bro. I told Deacon, put that damn music, bro. Y'all gonna bring you back to that. Everybody got to put, look, then the disciples, they saw the Lamb of Yah walking. And immediately what? Follow. What if they running back and forth like some of these people? Y'all sure couldn't get no work done with them? You needed to be around him to see the works. See, y'all wasn't in the room last Sabbath. And Sister Gabby was in there. Felt the presence weighing heavy. Brother Daniel, he told me, he said, man, he said, I didn't know what we was getting prepared for, but we have been getting ready. We've been preparing just spiritually. Spiritually. You see in some of the people's eyes. I watched it. The spirit was moving so heavy. Brother Daniel was surprised that, you know, some of the people that got filled, he was surprised. But it was open. But let's switch that around. I made myself available long time ago so y'all can prepare me. What if I didn't start preparing 7 years ago? So that then when last Sabbath came, I could be used as a vessel to carry that anointing. What if I send you? What you gonna what? Some good breakdown? Some good tasting food? A new wine? What? Right? Or anoint. Y'all see what I'm saying? Here it is, a man, y'all coming into their place, and guess what? They giving gifts. Honor. Same is when somebody come up, it's like, well, I want you to leave here. It's like when you first came to my house, Dante, I wanted you to see, bro. Mm-hmm. Right? We welcome you and Sister Thurna in. Gifts. Fed you, loved on you. Wash your feet, spent time that whole rest of the evening. Cut my stuff short. See what I'm saying? Now, look. See what I'm saying? I showed him where Yah at. I showed him what Yah was about. Then guess what? Now you had a chance to look me over. No matter what didn't happen, what this got said, you had a chance to look me over. Guess what? From the time that I walked across that gym floor, and whatever you felt from me walking across, you know, whatever Mikey felt when he first met, I'm still doing the same thing. I just went last weekend. Y'all get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But see, somewhere deep down in our heart, some people like they hate it because it's like I'm not bragging. I'm talking to the Hebraic people who supposed to be Israel. About the things, what is in your heart. See, we got it backwards. See, church taught you the other way around where, guess what? You just give a little bit and then you just live your life. You go over there, they live over there, they live out here, they live back here, they live way over there, and we come together on Sunday. These are my brothers, and we good fellowship. It take way more practice than that. Being around your brothers and sisters. Y'all hear me? Everybody stand up. Who you hating here, Deacon? Look around. Nobody. Y'all hear that?
Yes, sir.
Who you hate, Brother Kevin?
Nobody.
Sure?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Josh?
Nobody.
Brother Snow?
Nobody.
Sister Joy? Mariah? Sure. Somebody done got on your nerves.
I feel like hate is not doing for your brothers and sisters according to what you have, so everybody's.
What about you?
Just say
Just say. Who you hate, Gay? What? See, because I want y'all to look around these people. Right here. See, because when you withhold good, you do hate them. Your whole life is revolving around making sure Israel. Watch when I show you this at the end. It makes sure Israel have. See, that's why we're talking about translation, because we're going to look at translation on a giving matter. Then we're going to jump back in the Brit Hadashah and look at what people did, what they thought they needed to do to come together. And guess what it revolved around? Again, free will, giving. Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's roll. Everybody have a seat. Uh-oh. Melchizedek, all right, and Abraham. Now, I want to know if this is a Christian thought or not. Now, I'm going to tell you up front before I get there. How many people on there?
You got 17 right now.
So, here's the deal. I read before, and I heard, it's just like the same thing I heard, that Noah took 2 of every kind above the ark. Who heard that? Raise your hand. And everybody heard that Abraham gave Melchizedek 10% of the spoil that he had. Right? And a lot of people use that to say that, well, there was tithes before the law came. Right? Because the law wasn't given yet. You know that, right? Or did y'all think The law wasn't given yet. So, but here it is. Melchizedek was a priest. Right? Okay. So this is, I copied this from a website of a Christian thought, and we're going to read it. Let's go, Deacon. I want you to read that.
When Yah gave Abraham his great victory over the king of Elam, he was met on his return by an enigmatic figure,
Yeah.
a priest by the name of Melchizedek. What is of special interest about this encounter that Abraham gave Melchizedek tithes, a tenth, of all the spoil he had taken from the opposing armies, much of it the property of the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah? Why did Abraham do that?
All right. Y'all got that? So just looking at that, Josh, what does it sound like they're saying happened? Give me your summation.
Abraham gave Melchizedek tithes.
He gave him tithes. That he, where'd he get it from?
The opposing armies.
The opposing armies. Y'all got that? So don't start looking once we get ready to dig into this. You heard it, Brother Mark?
Giving an offering, the 10th part of his spoils from the war with the Sodom and Gomorrah, the opposing army.
Yep, so that's what, yeah, that's what we got. Y'all ready? Right. Right. Here we go. This is the website. Leave it up there for a little bit. This is the website we got it from. So if people want to write that down, you can go read his summation of what that account is about. All right? Because when we start talking, then you're going to want to go back and say, now, there are some things that get overlooked because of translation. Now, I'm going to say this. For those who you all looking at this teaching, for anybody that's going to come in contact with this teaching, do not put words in my mouth. Number one. Number two, we're going to read some things that's going to open up minds for discussion only. I'm not putting a stamp on anything. I'm asking you for the purpose, and I'm asking them for the purpose of making sure you understand what is being translated in the word versus what has been said traditionally. And number two, reading things like a novel and not getting understanding. Got that?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, what really happened here according to true Hebraic breakdown of Yah's word? So that's what we're getting ready to try to find out. What really happened? You ready? Let's go to the next screen. All right. So now, we're going to start with the New Standard Revised. Then we're going to do the scriptures. All right? Don't try to put that whole hot dog in up. I'm just playing. They like, Lord. Now, what's happening over there? Right, so we're going Genesis 14, verse 14 through 24. We're going to start in the New Standard Revised. We're going to read verse 14 through 16. Then we're going to come back to you. Let's go, D.
When Abram heard that his nephew had been taken captive, he led forth his trained men, born in his house, 318 of them, and went in pursuit as far as Dan. He divided his forces against them by night, he and his servants, and he routed them and pursued them to Habat, north of Damascus. Then he brought back all the goods and also brought back his nephew Lot with his goods, and the women and the people. After his return from the defeat of Chedorlaomer and the kings who were with him, the king of Sodom went out to meet him at the valley of Shaveh, that is, the king's valley. And King
That's
Melchizedek.
16?
You said through 24.
No. We're going
Stop at 16.
14 to 16.
That's fast.
Okay. Well, y'all heard that.
Yes, sir.
Now I ain't gonna make comment. I want to read it from the scriptures. You ready, Josh?
Yes, sir.
Say it with your chest.
And when Abram heard that his brother was taken captive, he armed his 318 trained servants who were born in his own house, and went in pursuit as far as Dan. And he and his servants divided against them by night, and struck them, and pursued them as far as Hobah, which is on the left of Damascus. So he brought back all the goods, and also brought back his brother Lot and his goods, as well as the women and the people.
All right. So sounds like, I'm not gonna read the mechanical translation yet, but so it looked like he went and recovered what was taken. Okay? We in agreement with that?
Yes, sir.
He also brought back Lot and Lot's goods. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And then seemed like he brought back the men and the women also that were taken. We on page. Remember, it's in the hearing. Just I'm pointing it out. So let's go. 15 through 18. 15 through 18. 15 through 18 after he get done, Josh.
He divided his forces against them by night, he and his servants, and routed them and pursued them to Hobah, north of Damascus. Then he brought back all the goods, and also brought back his nephew Lot with his goods, and the women and the people. After his return from the defeat of Chedorlaomer and the kings who were with him, the king of Sodom went out to meet him at the valley of Shaveh.
Stop. Now who came out to meet him?
The king of Sodom.
The king of Sodom came out to meet him. Come on.
And the king Melchizedek of Salem brought out bread and wine.
Stop. Now, this is the king, this is the king of Salem, who is a priest of Yah. He saw Abraham, and what did he do? Did he? See that? Free will, right? Listen, because getting ready to get trippy here in a minute.
Furthest to the right.
All right. Go ahead and finish.
He brought out bread and wine. He was a priest of the Most High Yah. He blessed him and said, Blessed be Abram by Yah, Most High, maker of heaven and earth, and blessed be Yahweh Most High, who has delivered your enemies in your hand. And Abram gave him 1/10 of everything.
Stop. Now that says Abram. It says Abram in yours. Gave him 1/10. Right. Y'all got that, right? Right. To 19.
And he and his servants divided against them by night, and struck them, and pursued them as far as Hobah, which is on the left of Damascus. So he brought back all the goods, and also brought back his brother Lot and his goods, as well as the women and the people. And after his return from striking of Kadorlaomer, and the sovereigns who were with him. The sovereign of Sodom came out to meet him at the valley of Shawah, that is the sovereign's valley. And Melchizedek, sovereign of Shalem, brought out bread and wine. Now he was the priest of the Most High Yah. And he blessed him and said, Blessed be Abram of the Most High El, possessor of the heavens and the earth.
All right. So now, first of all, you hear Melchizedek came out. He showed honor, right? He gave him bread and wine. Then he turned. He said to Abram, he honored him by his mouth. Then he turned, he prayed, and honored Abram to Yah. Right?
Yes, sir.
Then in these translations, this one said, and Abram, after that, gave him
110.
110. It sounds right to me. Does it sound right? Who does it sound right to? Raise your hand. Sounds right, don't it? Okay. What did yours sound like it said?
This one makes it seem like Melchizedek gave it to him.
All right. So now Josh said the Scriptures version make it seem like Melchizedek gave Abram a 10. Y'all got it? So we got something spewing here. We got something in the air. What you gonna say, Brother Dante?
You gotta read 20. 20. Gotta read 20.
Okay, so let's read 20 right here on purpose. And then we're gonna read 20 right here.
Oh, hallelujah, yes, sir.
That's why I said stop. So
Bless Pastor.
go ahead. Read verse 20.
And blessed be Yahweh Elohim, who has delivered your enemies into your hand. And Abram gave him 1/10 of everything.
You hear that? Read verse 20 in yours.
And blessed be the Most High Yah, who has delivered your enemies into your hand. And he gave him a 10 of all.
Now you hear this? It said, and he gave him a 10. This is the Scriptures version. This is the NSRB that spins off of the KJV. Okay? Did y'all hear that?
Yes, sir.
So then, let me go here. All right? They all had their turn, didn't they? Right. So now let me tell you about this mechanical translation. And let me do this. All right, I'm going to hold this up to the camera. Can you see that key?
Not really. You need to come a little closer.
Right here?
Yeah.
All right, so this is the mechanical translation. All right, let me go to verse 20. All right, this is verse 20. Is it on there good?
Let's see it.
So they seeing it?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we have a mechanical translation. Then we have the revised mechanical translation so that you can read it. Because as you see, this looked like it didn't make sense. So I'm going to read the mechanical translation. See, right above it is the linear Hebrew. That's right there at the top. That's the linear Hebrew. All right. There's reading left from right on this. All right. So it says, this is verse 20. and kneeled, mighty one, upper, which he did much deliver up, narrows you in hand. You and he will give to him 10th part from all. All right, so here's the revised. Right, and I'm going to read 19 and 20, revised mechanical translation. So, kneeled is like a sign of respect, so it's going to use this word. And he respected him and said, respected is Abram to the upper mighty one, the purchaser of the sky and land. And respected is the upper mighty one who delivered up your narrows in your hand. And he gave to him a 10th part of all. You hear that?
Yes, sir.
So do it sound like Abraham gave a 10th, or do it sound like Melchizedek gave a 10th? Remember, I said I'm not stamping it because we got some questions to ask and some questions to get answered. All right, now we're gonna ask the questions here in a second, but my point is that, matter of fact, let me just go back and read because I want you to understand what is going on. I'm gonna start at verse 17. And it says, and the king of Sodom came out to meet him after his turning back from hitting Chedorlaomer. And the kings which were with him to the valley of Shewah, he is the valley of the king. That's what they refer to the valley of Shewah as. He is the valley. He is the valley of the kings. Right? Because of what's here. In the Hebrew was wrote. So we pulling right out mechanically so we don't misfunction. Or masculinity or femininity. Because those things make a difference. If a word is feminine. All right? The word for free will is feminine. Okay? So, here it is. And Melchizedek, the king of Salem, and he brought out bread and wine. Y'all got this? Hold up. Okay. And he brought out bread and wine, and he was a priest to the upper mighty one. And he respected him, and he said, respected is Abram to the upper one, the purchaser of the sky and the land. And he respected the upper mighty one who delivered up your narrows in your hand, and he gave to him a 10th part of all. All right? So let's pause right there.
That's not it.
Huh?
It wouldn't be in context for Melchizedek to give him a 10th of anything, because what does he have? More bread and wine?
Mm-hmm.
Abram's the one that had the goods and the people.
All right. I like it. I like what you said. We're just gonna keep going because we got some questions to ask. All right, y'all got it? We did, like I said, we have questions to ask. Right? So now, what we're gonna do, so we can ask those questions, we're gonna read verses 21 to 24. All right? Then we got to read chapter 15, 1 through 6. All right? So, but first, let's go ahead and read that. We had 21?
Yes, sir.
21 to 24. Let's read both of those versions. Then I'm going to read this one.
Then the king of Sodom said to Abram, give me the persons, but take the goods for yourself. But Abram said to the king of Sodom, I have sworn to Yah, Most High, maker of heaven and earth, that I would not take a thread or a sandal thong or anything that is yours, so that you might not say, I have made Abram rich. I will take nothing but what the young men have eaten, and the share of the men who went with me, Anir, Eshol, and Mamre. Let them take their share.
You got it? You heard that, Brother Keith? Abram said, I ain't going to take what?
Nothing.
You ready, Brother Josh? Come on.
And the sovereign of Sodom said to Abram, give me the people, and take the goods for yourself. But Abram said to the sovereign of Sodom, I have lifted my hand to Yahweh, the Most High Yah, the possessor of the heavens and the earth, not to take a thread or a sandal strap or whatever is yours, lest you should say, I have made Abram rich, except only what the young men have eaten, and the portion of the men who went with me, Anir, Eshcol, and Mamre. Let them take their portion.
Are you listening to this, Brother Word? Obviously, he wasn't taking nothing. Now, we ain't going to touch it yet. I'm gonna wait till we get done reading. We just going to ask some questions. All right? Now, I'm going to read from the mechanical translation. Remember, I showed you up there just like with that word, free will. We went mechanically through it. Right? It's a difference when you see the mechanical function of it. There's a lot I want to say, but I'm biting the crap out of my tongue, Brother Kevin, until I get to that point. Listen, here's our mechanical translation. And the king of Sodom said to Abram, give me the beam, and the goods take for you. And Abram said to the king of Sodom, I made my hand raised to Yahweh, the upper mighty one, purchaser of the sky and land. If not from a thread, and also not a lace of a sandal, and if I do not take from all of the ones which are yours. He said, if I don't take from all that is yours, then you will not say, I made Abram rich. Apart from me only which the young men ate, and the portion of men which walked with me, Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre, they will take their portion. Amen. Hallelujah. Did we hear that? You hear this, Brother Fred?
Yeah.
Is it got you thinking?
Yeah.
But hold up for a second. Hold up. We ain't gonna ask the question yet. I want to ask him, believe me. I'm ready to ask him. But We got to read 15, 1 through 6. I'm going to read it out the mechanical. Deacon's going to read it out of the New Standard Revised. And Josh is going to read it out of the Scriptures. All right? So let's dig in, Israel. Let's dig in. Let's dig in. Ooh, wow. Come on. Let's go, Deacon.
And after these things, the word of Yahweh came to Abram in a vision. Do not be afraid, Abram. I am your shield, and your reward shall be very great. But Abram said, O Yah, what will you give me? For I continue childless, and the heir of my house is Eliezer of Damascus. And Abram said, you have given me no offspring, and so a slave born in my house is to be my heir. But the word of Yahweh came to him. This man shall not be your heir. No one, but your very own issue shall be your heir.
That's 1 through 6.
He brought him outside and said, look toward the heaven and count the stars if you are able to count them. Then he said to him, so shall your descendants be. And he believed in Yahweh, and Yahweh reckoned it to him as righteousness.
All right. You heard? You heard? Say hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
All right. Brother Josh, Scriptures verse. Listen, Brother Keith. Come on.
After these events, the word of Yahweh came to Abram in a vision, saying, do not be afraid, Abram. I am your shield. Your reward is exceedingly great. And Abram said, Master, Yahweh, what would you give me, seeing I go childless, and the heir of my house is Eliezer of Damascus? And Abram said, see, you have given me no seed, and see, one born in my house is my heir. And see, the word of Yahweh came to him, saying, this one is not your heir, but he who comes from your own body is your heir. And he brought him outside and said, look now toward the heavens, and count the stars, if you are able to count them. And he said to him, so are your seed. And he believed in Yahweh, and he reckoned it to him for righteousness.
You hear that? All right. See, let me say this before I start reading. I'm going to say this. See, because what we're going to do with this, this is a conversation that's going to go on all throughout the week. We may pop up live on Facebook. May just hit y'all in the group. We may hit the conference line. Because I want my one thing. When all of this reading is said and done, I want you to know how to dig in so you can find out what do Yahweh want from you. Because remember, the basis of this is free will. And knowing the depth of giving. So we, like I said, so now we got Melchizedek that came up that he had bread and wine. But he was in the middle of I don't want to say a speech, but he was in the middle of a process of showing respect and honor towards Abraham. Gave him bread and wine. He said to Abraham, you know, Yah has done this thing. He turned around and thanked Yah for what he had did with Abram. Then he gave him a tent. From the sound like with the mechanical translation. And I believe in the KJV it just said, and he gave him. After Melchizedek was talking, then it just after it said, and he gave him a tent. Yours said what? And he gave him a tent. Here it said, and Abram gave him a tent. It would make sense because Abram came back with the spoil, right? I had to change it from St. Louis like spoil. So I said spoil. I know everybody looking like spoil. All right? St. Louis like come out a little bit because you know we don't say nothing. Well, I don't care about you. You know what I mean? You're like, what? What is that? But y'all get it?
Yes, sir.
So, because I got questions, I'm going to read this and then I'm going to throw a wrench in there. Because we can say that, but I'm going to throw some wrenches. Because you got to go. If you're watching this online, you got to go study. Don't just open your mouth and say something. Because the mechanical translation is laying some things out. He never got off his box. And it never showed that it switched back to Abram. Right? But again, I'm gonna throw a box. I'm gonna throw a wrench in there after this. Let me read first. You with me, Sister Mariah? Right. Mother Yvonne, y'all ready? All right, here we go. After these words, it said after these words. So he was talking about what Abram said to the king of Sodom, that he didn't want what? Nothing. So the mechanical translation said after these words, but other translations said after these events or after that. But here it says after these words. The word of Yahweh existed for Abram in the vision, saying, Abram, you will not fear. I am your shield. Your wages will be made to increase greatly. You hear this? Mm-hmm. And Abram said, Adonai of Yahweh, what will you give to me that I am walking barren, and the son of acquisition of my house is Eliezer? Saying this is who I'm going to turn my stuff over to. The son of acquisition. Don't it sound more concrete? It do? Okay. Remember y'all said that? Online, do it sound more concrete? If you put yes, then you should be on the green side. If you say no, you're going to be on the red side. Da-da-da-dun. Anybody need a lifeline? Right, remember that? Let me ask it again. Everybody over here that says sound concrete, raise your hand. You don't sound concrete, bro? You don't know?
Wow, I just don't know which word.
Okay. Sound concrete? Concrete?
You said the son of acquisition?
Uh-huh.
Why wouldn't they just say who it is?
Well, because that's not his son, but the son of acquisition is going to be whoever. Remember, your firstborn son that split the matrix, and it belongs to Yah. Your firstborn gets the double portion. So all your stuff, he's the son of acquisition. So, but he said, I don't have one. I'm walking barren, and the son of acquisition of my house is Eliezer of Damascus.
Yeah, it's coming for you, I would say.
Okay. Sister Ida, Abigail, Sharon. What about over here? Concrete? Yeah. Okay, can hold that. Okay. Well, hold that. So it don't sound concrete to her, according to her understanding of concrete. Acquisition. Okay? And it says, and look, the word of Yahweh was to him, saying, this will not inherit you, except he which will go out from your abdomens. He will inherit you. And he brought him out unto the outside, and he said, please stare unto the sky and count the stars, if you are able to count them. And he said to him, in this way your seed will exist. Concrete, right? She's just all boom, boom. He said, you will not fear. He didn't say, don't fear. Don't be scared, Fred. See that? He said, Kevin, you will not fear. Right? Point blank. Ain't that the manner of our people? Concrete. All right, last verse, 6. Wait a minute, hold up. He wasn't done with 5. In this way your seed will exist. And he supported in Yahweh. Hear that? And he supported in Yahweh. And he thought correctness for him. Yahweh thought correctness. That's correct, son. See what I'm saying? He reckoned unto him, this is righteousness. Right? Verse 6. And he said to him, I am Yahweh, who brought you out from Ur of the ones of Chesed, to give to you the land to inherit her. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. That was 7. All right. That 6 was that short piece I said, and he thought correctness for him. All right. So now we're done with 15. Let's roll on. Everybody get you what? So I knew it was still in there. I knew it was in there, Brother Fred. Everybody start. Hallelujah. I know. Hey, I got it because it came to me first. So you got a lot to get out, brother. There's a lot in there. You know what I mean? Yes. Okay. So make sure you remember. All right. So this was all from the mechanical translation. I want you to keep that up there, Brother Keith, and just scroll past, because I want them to be able to stop the video to see this. So just put each one in. So 14 to 24 is up there. So just put it up there for 2 seconds. 1, 2, go to the next. So we just going to go. Right? 2 seconds and keep going, D. I got this in for reference. All right. All right, we should be done. We read that. We passed that. Now we're at the discussion question. Are you at the discussion questions yet? You there? Yeah. All right, let that hang up there for a little bit while I talk, and then we're going to pull it down. So here's our discussion questions. I'm going to start at number 4. What did that say, D?
Jasher chapter 16, 12. 12?
Yep. All right. All right. So it says, and Adonizek blessed Abram, and Abram gave him a tenth from all that he had brought back from the spoil of his enemies. For Adonizek was a priest before Yah. All right. So we hear that. We got that, right? So that all that sounds correct. It sounds, I mean, that's what we've been hearing. We heard that way back. So the first question, is it true that Abram gave Melchizedek a tenth of the spoil from the enemies?
According to the word, yes, sir.
So everybody that's true with it, raise your hand.
I have a question.
Okay, hold it.
Me too.
Okay, hold it. Yeah. You believe that, Brother Mark?
I would have to ask one question about the word.
Okay. Yeah.
Verse 14, what that word is in Hebrew.
Okay. I like that. I like that, Brother Mark. Because everybody's raising their hand. Did y'all raise your hand up there? Y'all agree that Abraham did give Melchizedek a tenth? Okay. All right. So, let's go to number 2, because this is what's going to kick everything off. Did Abram accept any of the spoils to give a tenth? If not, why would he give a priest something he would not accept? So, here we go. Now, you got the screen up? You can take it down. All right. So the question is, why did Abraham tell the king of Sodom he didn't want nothing? Why do y'all think that? Wait a minute. Hold up. You said what?
He already stated that he raised his hand before the Most High. He don't want the king to say that Abraham got his riches because of the spoils.
So he don't want him to bless him, right? So this is the king of Sodom. Was there something wrong with the spoils that he just let the other people get, the other kings that was round about, let them just go and get spoiled? So it wasn't because it was Sodom. This wicked place.
That's the manner of man he was.
Yeah.
He wanted, okay. So we got an answer right there. Says that Abram wanted his blessing to come from the Most High. Hold up, Brother Snow. I got Brother Mark. Then I'm coming to you.
Well, I think that's what it is, that he made a vow. Sounds like he made a vow, like, yeah, if you help me get this, you help me return them, then, it's yours.
Okay.
And he gave it to my husband, Melchizedek.
And he gave it to Melchizedek. Okay.
That's what I'm getting in context too, because even at the end of the chapter, he let the young men eat
Right.
whatever they wanted. You know what I'm saying? And then verse 21, the king of Sodom was like, okay, well, everything that's left besides the tenth that you gave to Melchizedek, give me the people and you take the spoil. But Abraham was like, no, you can have it all. Basically.
Okay.
So I think that the king of Sodom took the people and the spoil that Abraham didn't want, so that he can get the blessing, the seed
All
at
right.
the stars of heaven and everything at the Father.
Go back to the mechanical translation on verse 16. You at 16? You're not doing it at the bottom of the thing. You ain't got to take the screen. Yep. Oh, there you go. You could have done it right on the screen. You see it down there? I found that out. All right. Now, verse 16, mechanical translation said, and he returned all of the goods. And also, Lot, his brother, and his goods. And if that's the case, then what did you have to give to Melchizedek? That's why I asked, did the other part sound concrete?
What was just reading?
This was in 14:16 in the mechanical translation. And he returned. Did you go back there for them to see it?
No questions.
Yeah, go back to 16. You see that?
Well,
And he returned all. So I'm just asking a question.
yeah.
I got what you finna say. Go ahead.
So you probably thought about that was what was taken along the
Right.
line. He was bringing back their goods, restoring the women and the children, all of their personal goods, but not adding the goods of
Right.
what he spoiled.
Well, I'm asking questions. 'Cause I want us to start stimulously thinking about what we're reading. Well, I said at the beginning, I'm not stamping nothing opposed to I'm finna draw up a lot of thought and a lot of questions in our head. Go ahead, mother.
Okay, so Abraham returned the goods that belonged to Sodom in the first place.
Uh-huh.
All right. So if the king gave Abraham could have given them 10% of all the goods. I mean, they didn't belong to Abraham.
See, now she said the other thing. This is the other thing. So now let me go ahead and ask the other question. All right, here it is. See what I'm saying? So watch this. So how can you get? Because guess what? In Torah, if you find your neighbor's property, if you find their bull running free in the field, you find your enemies, right? Bull running free in the field.
But every
Hold up. You're going to be next. Hold up. So if it ain't yours, how can you give something that's not yours and you said you didn't want none? All right, hold up, Deacon. Go ahead, Deacon.
So the reason he was able to was because he said, I don't want the goods, just the people. So right, he couldn't give it to him, but he didn't want it.
So let me ask you this. Is it right for me to bring it back to you first? If I found your property, if I recovered your property, is it right for me to bring it back to you and then you give to me out of what you want to give? Or is it on the way there, bring your property back, I just start divvying out and then I give you what's left?
Well, we don't know the intricate parts of the story. We just have a summary of it.
Yep.
So we don't know what transpired between him getting 300 men, retrieving what was theirs, and going back. There could have been some, there could have been something already. I don't know. We don't know.
Well, what I'm going to suggest is we go read 12 and 13 this week.
Then the other thing I was thinking is, from the jump, it kind of gives us a very vague understanding of what's going on, because when I read this,
did you read from the top? Did you read it early today?
Yeah, so I didn't read out of here though. I read out of my phone, and what I noticed is the NRSV uses proper nouns. All the other translations use pronouns: he, him, his. So I can understand it better using proper nouns than, because when I was reading that, and he reckoned it righteousness unto him. If you read it like a story, you're going to think that Abram is reckoning Yahweh righteousness. Why the hell would Abram reckon it righteousness to Yahweh? When I read this, it says, and Yahweh reckon it right. Yahweh reckon it righteousness unto Abram. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Hold on, Snow.
And that's
Word, Snow, Mariah, Perry.
That's a large part of what throws us off in the reading.
But that's why I'm doing it. Like I said, I ain't choosing nothing, but it got number one. Let me ask this question: do it got you thinking?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because I got one more. I got another bomb. Got one more to blow up. Boom! All right, let's go. Word.
Yeah, I basically want to kind of piggyback off that, but he was just saying, I just want to know, where do we establish that he gave him 1/10 of all of the spoils?
Where we established that Melchizedek or Abram?
That whoever gave 1/10, what? It's a tenth of all. And then also, the sovereign of Sodom came to meet Abram.
He,
So Abram was at the crib. So he could easily get a tenth of all he has to the king of Melchizedek. I mean,
Kiko, so you said, so Abram could easily gave Melchizedek a tenth of what he had at his house.
He had.
But I think he was on the way back from the spoil. He wasn't at the house. He was on the way back. He just coming back from where he got it. So he got all of these people. He got all the spoil. And he got all this stuff. And so the king of Sodom came out first.
But sorry.
Hold up, brother Mark. The king, remember, the king of Sodom came out first.
Right.
Then Melchizedek came.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So you got to consider that. See, I already been reading this. Because you throw it, I'm going to throw it right back. He had came out, Melchizedek came out second.
Right.
So then if he came second and Sodom came out first, it's like what happened in between there where, and then the reading from the Christian, he said this enigmatic being.
It could just be another lie that they've inserted into the context of the word, because we don't,
So let me ask this question. This is a question I've been burning ass. Let me ask. Let me ask this. Then we're going to go Snow, Mariah, Perry, then Mark. All right? But let me ask this first. So, would it be against Yah for the priest to give to the servant of Yah for the work that he had done? I'm just asking. Now, it would be in order because, remember, the priests have no portion.
What? Oh, my God. Boy, that's my question.
The priests have no portion. So it would be right that Abram would bring in a free will offering.
Oh, my God.
You see what I'm saying? It would be right for him because guess what? That's where you during the feast. That's why we read Deuteronomy. He said, bring that. So you bring in abundance, not this little bitty just scrap, but you bring in abundance, an honorable offering, because you want to honor. That's good. But I'm trying to think. This said, and Adonizek blessed Abram, and Abram gave him a tenth from all that he had brought from the spoil of his enemies. And Adonizek was a priest before Yah. So he just saying he's a priest. So that's just an automatic thing. But where did Jasher get it from? Versus what's translated. Because my point for asking that question is when we read it from here, let me go to 18 and 19. So let's go to 18 and 19 on the screen. So first of all, 18, Mama asked this, who is talking? Look on the screen. Well, wait a minute, no. Who is getting ready to do presentation? Do benevolence. Melchizedek. He getting ready to do benevolence. Blah. All right? Let me slow down. I'm getting excited. So Melchizedek came out, because that's why I asked the question, is it against the priest to give? Well, he gave him bread and wine right here. Right? So he came, Abram showed up, the king of Sodom was already there, because he came out to meet Abram. Melchizedek shows up. Now, this is the gray area. The Christian said, here's this enigmatic being, like he was a
question.
See what I mean? Like he was a ghostly type. Okay? But here they referring to him like this is a person that showed up on the road. And where did he come from? Did he have bread and wine in his bag? If he had that, did he have anything else to give? To the son of Yah that was on the way as a sign to show him that Yah is with you. You did well. I'm just putting something out there. I'm not adding to the word, taking away. I'm just, again, but here's the question. After we read, let's go to 19. Look what he said. And he respected him. Who did he respect?
Abram.
And he said, respected is Abram to the upper mighty one. So he's saying, Yah respect you. You are respected by Yah. Or you're kneeled unto Yah. Yah gives attention to you. He gives favor. The purchaser of the sky and the land. Let's go 20. Now, this it right here. Look. Is he still talking? Is Melchizedek still talking according to the mechanical translation? Are you looking at this, Dwayne? And respected is the upper mighty one who delivered up your narrows in your hand, and he gave to him. A 10th part of all. Hold up. I'm going to have to come back around. Y'all see this? So it's like, who gave what? All right? So, come on, Brother Snow.
The word talks about meat. Talks about line upon line, precept upon precept. And I think a good precept of this is Hebrews chapter 7.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said yeah. So they probably already read it.
Mm-hmm.
So Melchizedek is a foreshadowing of Christ, and when he gave Abraham bread and wine, that signifies the body and the blood of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Because Christ, he's ruling after the order of Melchizedek, like it talks about in chapter 7.
So let me ask you this. He who is the least is what?
Servant. Right? Servant of all.
All right, just remember that. So, who is greater, Abram or Melchizedek?
I don't know.
All right, come on. Mariah, you still got a question? Brother Perry, you still got a question? Just get Bible later. Let's go. Brother Mark. Thurman, okay. But Brother Mark, then Thurman. I'm coming back down. All right. Sister Thurman.
I was going to say that I'm also reading it out of a Creole Bible,
Mm-hmm.
and it reads that Abram is the one who gave Melchizedek a tenth.
Mm-hmm.
But in verse 14, it also says that, verse 16, that Abram gave back all that he had taken, all the goods that he had taken, and he brought back Lot and all the people and all the women and all the goods.
All right, let's see what we're gonna do this week. What we're gonna do is, remember, we're gonna research these words. That's what I'm doing. We're just gonna take this part of Genesis. We're gonna read 12 and 13 to see if there's any four promises made. But then we're gonna take 14 and 13, especially 14, because it kick off, because it said he gave back all here. It says it there that he won't take nothing. So I'm just asking questions now. What do he got to give? Now we can assume, right, that okay, that's the right thing to do to give the priest. We can assume that he did give him that because he brought all of that spoil back, and that's where it came from. We can assume that, right? But go ahead and finish.
Well, I was going to say, to put with that though, like when he gathered up all his men and left, he had to bring for the journey. Because when our
people left, they packed up their tent and everything that they had, and they traveled to wherever they was going. And so whatever that he had, food, clothing, whatever beverage to sustain them for the trip, he could have gave them a tenth of what already had belonged to him as opposed to spoil.
But the book said, and other places said that he gave him from the enemy, from all the spoil that he took from the enemy. Y'all see this? Huh? No, the mechanical translation don't say that. But go back to Mr. Christian up there. It said Melchizedek right there. So read that again. Read that loud, Dwayne. Can you read?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Says,
I'm just joking. Come on.
when Yah gave Abraham his great victory over the king of Elam, he was met on his return by an enigmatic figure.
Now, see this? Stop. He was met by an enigmatic figure. Now, some people said, because see, we said this was Christ. Right? Have y'all heard that?
In some places it describes Melchizedek as not having an end or a beginning.
Yeah.
So that was tied right into that.
I heard that. So he tied it to Christ?
Maybe.
Could be.
See, that's a whole nother deal. Listen, wait a minute. So this is how we going to go. We got Sister Jazz Roberts. Then I got her. Then I got Sister Ida. And then Sister Gabby. You got your hand up too? Okay. I'm way over behind the brick. So you, then Mother Steph. So, all right. So we got here Christianity. So we know that ain't concrete. And the enigmatic. You know what I mean? It's just like enigma. You know what I mean? Enigmatic figure. It's an enigma. Right? Because all right, I'm just don't get mad at me. Hey, don't get mad at me. God dang it. Let's go finish reading, Dwayne.
A priest by the name of Melchizedek. What is of special interest about this encounter is that Abraham gave Melchizedek tithes, a tenth of all the spoils he had taken from the opposing armies, much of it the property of the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah. Why did Abraham do that?
All right. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna go with Sister Jazz.
So, of course, it's gonna be abundance of questions because it's really just not. The translators, it's all in advance. But what my thought was that going off of what Brother Snow said, y'all rely on peaceful and precept. In the word, we know that the law, Yahweh's law was already established before he made heaven and earth. And his law is above his name. So what he's going to count as righteous is going to be according to his law. And so, I get that we read, like, we give a tenth to the priest because they have no portion. And what I was thinking was like, why did Abraham do that? Going into chapter 15 about, the father then blessing him or telling him what he's going to have, which is the seed that he's going to produce. And I was thinking about what you said earlier before all this came about was what was the word?
Wages.
Wages?
Yeah.
Yeah, what the seed and free will, all that kind of stuff. And it's a continuation of that. So I was thinking more so like Abraham giving unto Yahweh so his work can go forth because Melchizedek is a priest of the Most High. So his work can continue. The Father then blesses Abraham so his seed can continue. And we obviously see that Abraham's name is here.
Yeah.
It is us.
Yeah.
So that was my thought.
I can go with that. I can go with it. Come on, Sister Abigail.
Only thing I had to ask where all the extra spoil came. In 10, verse 10, it talks about
kings, but there's multiple kings.
Uh-huh.
Solomon.
Okay.
So he gave, so the one king came out, he gave him what he owned, but then the people that died, now it was Abraham.
Okay. Well, that's something that we're gonna have to consider, because we gotta read to see, did he say anything else about other spoils besides what he recovered that belonged to him. All right? Heidi?
I had a two-part question.
I know the people online can't hear it, so somebody repeat the question I just said.
I had a two-part question because he was like the commander. He had trained men. He was blessed already. So could what he already had, since the mechanical translation doesn't specify that part of the spoils, could it be that he gave from what he already had, from what he obtained from Pharaoh with the situation with Sarah?
Well, I mean, that's far reaching. Why? Because, let me tell you why. Because he said that, I mean, we keep coming back to that he got the spoils from his enemies.
Right.
But didn't you say that the mechanical translation doesn't mention it?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm basing my question on.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying. I can't say it because I don't know where it came from, because the mechanical translation don't say it. So I can't say that it came already from Abraham's personal portion that he already owned. You see what I'm saying? So that's why that's going to be part of our homework, going to dig in.
And then the second part wasn't it a commandment for us to give unto the priest?
It is. It is. It is. Go ahead, Turner.
Somebody, I think somebody down there was before me. I'll go after you.
Well, Sister Gabby, I thought y'all said y'all was together.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just was asking because Brother Snow had brought up Hebrews 7, and then, but going back and reading it, he's saying that even Abram gave a tenth to Melchizedek. So the word's not going to contradict itself.
Yeah, no, I got that.
That kind of just puts a stamp on all of it because it's saying it there. It makes it concrete there, regardless of the ambiguity of the he gave him.
Okay.
You know, I think it's more so like a punctuation in the mechanical translation, like punctuation, and then like you were saying pronouns, and which is causing us to miss it. But then if you go back, like you were saying precept, it says that he gave him a 10. I'm giving the 10.
Or does it?
Hold up. We got, wait a minute. Hold up. We got, this is what we got. And then we got to move on, finish the last part. We got Sister Gabby. We got Mother Stephanie. And then we got Mother JC. Her hands up before yours. Then we got Sister Crystal. Then we moving forward. That way. All right. Let's go, Sister Gabby. What you got?
Exactly what it says in the mechanical translation, most concrete that you're ever going to get. It clearly says that the king of Sodom came to Abraham first. So if he came to Abraham first, it then says that he rejected the spoil. So before the king came, it says that Abraham brought back everything. And that's what he returned all of the goods, and also Lot, his brother, and his goods he returned, and also the women and the people. And the king of Sodom came out to meet him after his turning back from hitting Chedorlaomer. The kings which were with him, the valley of those birds. But he returned. So when the king came, he gave everything that belonged to them, that was taken from them, he gave them. And he was heading away. That king moved. Then Melchizedek moved. And Melchizedek, it mentions in here that he is the one that is bringing something to Abram. It says, priest Melchizedek comes and he has wine and he has bread. So it seems as though the priest is offering unto Abraham after he has rejected the spoils of the kings that he brought back to him. So it actually seems as though Melchizedek is blessing Abraham because he sees that he doesn't want the spoil or whatnot. Because then the words of speech that goes into saying is, blessed are you, Abraham, blessed be your Elohim. So it seems that Melchizedek gave all of what he had, which is just what could have been just wine and bread. And Abraham is seen, he's receiving what Melchizedek is bringing to him and rejecting with what the other king was trying to give to him. So then it goes on to say that he doesn't want anything. Because why would you want the blessing of the kids when you already establishing yourself that you only want the blessing of the Most High?
Yep.
So it seems for it to make mention that the priest was bringing something in hand and he was presenting himself before
Right.
Abraham, it makes sense that the offering was coming from Melchizedek and not the other way around. It's not saying Abraham had anything to it. It didn't say, and they were, you know what I mean? It's saying that the priest has wine and he has bread. And that could have been the only thing that he had, but an offering is an offering. Just like the woman who gave all that she had, which was 2 cents. She had a lot of stuff, but she gave all that she had. So I'm looking at it from what the Torah says and not precepting from Hebrews because that's
So-
writing after.
Where you at?
I'm in verse 21.
Good.
So it's now either I've completely blanked out the whole teaching,
Go ahead.
or in 21 it says this is not even a conversation between Melchizedek and Abram. This is a conversation between the king of Sodom and Abram in verse 21. So it has nothing to do with Melchizedek. In verse 21 it says, then the king of Sodom said to Abram, give me the persons, but take the goods for yourself. So, back to 20, that's still a question about Abram gave him 1/10 of everything, but as far as, because I think I had mentioned you give the persons, but take the goods for yourself, that's a totally different interaction.
That was what happened. Yeah.
And then Abram said to the king of Sodom, I have sworn to Yah. You see what I'm saying? That wasn't to Melchizedek.
Yeah.
That was to the king of Sodom.
Yeah.
So am I the only person that caught that, or?
No.
I think we got
She think what?
I think we got caught up in Melchizedek and Abram's deal versus seeing that it was two different interactions right there.
Right.
But that's what I was saying. I said the king of Sodom showed up first. Then Melchizedek showed up. So if the king of Sodom showed up first, Melchizedek show up and get the 10th from what source?
From Luke.
All right. So go ahead, mother.
Well, yeah, the king of Solomon, where the king of Solomon.
So Melchizedek got the source from the king of Sodom.
The gift was given. Abraham did not accept anything
From Sodom. He didn't accept nothing from Melchizedek. Okay. The bread and wine.
That's what he got from
Melchizedek.
Yes.
Yep.
And I was basically going to say the same thing, that the 10% came from the king of Sodom to Melchizedek.
Okay. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Brother Snow.
I think hindsight is 2020. I'm gonna go back to Hebrews chapter 7, because there's a whole chapter it's comparing Melchizedek to the Levitical priesthood about giving 10%, and then it compares Melchizedek. So Melchizedek, Levitical priesthood, and then it compares Melchizedek all the way to Christ. I think that Christ, because both of them are done away with, the Levitical priesthood is done away with because Christ, he's the high priest. There's no Levitical priesthood. So we're supposed to give all. There's no more 10%. Now it's all.
Mm-hmm.
So like this is my position. Hindsight is 2020. Christ is the manifestation of what Melchizedek was supposed. What he is. He was just a shadow. You know what I'm saying?
I like that point of view because we're gonna read in Acts.
And that's my point.
All right. So we're gonna move on because here's the thing for those of y'all. Crystal, did I skip you? Go.
I just wanted to say, like, the way that I read it and understand it is in reading it in order. So, like you said, the king went out to meet Abraham, or the king of Sodom, but it doesn't appear that they had even a conversation yet before Melchizedek showed up. Because it's like they go out to meet him, and then Melchizedek shows up. A conversation between the king of Sodom and Abraham has not been had yet before Melchizedek's conversation. So that's what I was seeing. And then in the complete Jewish Bible, it does specifically say Abram gave him a tenth of everything. So.
Okay. Okay. So, but our whole thing again, if you're online, is we're going to dig into some things because the thing is to make sure that we don't pass out false doctrine. Make sure that we don't just braze over this without getting understanding. That's my whole point of this. Did everybody get that? Yes, online, do you get that? That's my whole point of this. All right? So, let's go. All right. All right. So right past discussion question, right past that. All right. So those other questions we can deal with on a different deal. All right. So let's open up to Acts chapter 4. This is the last tidbit here. The next thing is close out. All right. Let's go Acts chapter 4. 32 through 37.
Now the whole group of those who believed were of one heart and soul, and no one claimed private ownership of any possession, but everything they owned was held in common. With great power, the apostles gave their testimony to the resurrection of the Master, Jesus, and great grace was upon all of them. There was not a needy person among them, for as many as owned lands or homes sold them, and brought the proceeds of what was sold. They laid it at the apostles' feet, and it was distributed to each as any had need. There was a Levite, a native of Cyprus, Joseph, to whom the apostles gave the name Barnabas, which means son of encouragement. He sold a field that belonged to him, and he brought the money and laid it at the apostles' feet.
So you hear that, brother? No?
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, I'm with you in all that because all that is in the administration of, like you was talking about the foreshadowing of now Christ came and we gave all. You know, it's just like he told the young rich ruler. You know what I mean? It's like he told whoever forsake lands, houses, this, that, for my name's sake. See what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, I'm with you on that. So, the point of my question is, what is important about Acts chapter 4, 32 through 37? What's important? Josh.
Well, in relation to the discussion, so everybody came and laid everything down at the feet of the apostles. But the last verse states that even the priest himself sold his stuff and laid it down at the feet of the apostles.
Read one more time, Deacon, just verse 35 through 37.
They laid it at the apostles' feet, and it was distributed to each as any had need. There was a Levite, a native of Cyprus.
Stop. A who?
A Levite.
Woo-wee. Hello.
It's like a hanging thread.
Come on.
Whose name the apostles gave Barnabas, which means son of encouragement. He sold a field that belonged to him, then brought the money and laid it at the apostles' feet.
Come on, mother.
He was a priest and he gave to the apostles, the servants of God.
The person that's gonna go do the work.
Come on.
Saves a Levite.
I'm just saying. I get you. I get you. He just said he was a Levite. Mm-hmm. But see, again, we and I don't want to say we're in a different administration, but we are, we are trying to live by the principle of righteousness. Are we not?
Yes, sir.
And so, in this, we got to understand, because literally, go ahead and go to the last screen. This is it. We're getting ready to close out, saints. But the whole thing is that we have some digging to do, because we see even here, in the case of at the end the Levite, and we see in the Acts 4, people was coming in this aspect. They was giving all that they had. You see Abraham. Abraham had took spoil. He didn't have to give nothing to the king of Sodom. Did he?
No, sir.
He went and did the work. But he said, I don't want nothing. Give to them.
True.
See that? I want Yah.
Yes, sir.
I don't want nothing. I want Yah. See, the other aspect of who gave, who didn't give is for us to do on two parts. Learn how to study. And go seek out matters. Right?
Yes, sir.
So if you're going to be kingly, if you're going to be righteous, you're going to seek out what? Matters. Right? So you're going to search out this matter. But on this hand, then I'm pointing to you about free will. You know what I mean? The abundance of trusting in Yah, the abundance of knowing what this aspect is about. About honor. See what I'm saying? Honoring the Most High to the highest. Honoring the work of Yah to the highest, to the point where it's nothing that you want for. You're not going to let yourself want for nothing. The work of the ministry is more important than you. The work of Yah is higher than you. Does it make sense? So, in this, I'm going to ask these last 2 points. Why is translation important, D?
Because it can either bring you closer to understanding or take you far away from understanding.
That's it. That was my whole point today. To see to dig in the translation, how do you arrive to a conclusion on doing what's right?
It's hard.
See, because this thing is, when we got, and this is the reason why we have so many doctrinal errors going on. We got so many people teaching different things. Just like we looked at the other week when Jeff Brenner was showing, and God said, and God said, and God said, and these people saying all this stuff. That ain't what he said. You see what I'm saying? So I came across a good issue for us to go dig in, because we're going to finish this discussion. Those of y'all that watch this, then stay tuned. You know what I mean? I'm thinking Thursday is going to be a good day for me. We will post on what it is. Maybe we do another live. We post and see what people came up with. You know, and I like to have it maybe if some of the men can do a round table, or we choose another day. But either way, stay tuned, because I want to continue as a shepherd, seeing what is the people doing to make sure that they go about the Yah's word the right way and getting understanding. The second thing is, then after you get understanding, how you gonna put it into action? Because one thing is just in stimulating more thought is, if Barnabas, a Levite, gave to the apostles, what type of honor did he have? If it is the fact that Melchizedek gave to Abram, it's like, what is that? Not saying that he did. Not saying that he did. I'm saying we got to go research. Because again, I already had a stance before this. We, not to the understanding I have now, but we always heard in Christianity that, and he gave him a tenth. And then you saw on the screen how it said, this enigmatic, right? Image, or what did he call it? Figure. Image.
It's like they see a lot of this stuff as what do they call it?
Not fairy tale.
No, like
Folklore.
I can't think of the word right now.
Okay.
Like allegory.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like they try to.
So this is what I want all of y'all that's online. I'd like to, if you got any questions for us, any input on this, leave it in the comments. And we want to make sure we get you included on the discussion that we're going to continue in this. All right? Consider what you learned today. I'm going to ask this off camera. You know what I mean? Then I'm going to go into the announcements and we're going to be done. We bless you all that was a part of Straightway Kansas City today. I hope, this encouraged you to go forward and study and really digging in and making sure that you laying open the books. Because after all, our salvation, our restoration, our walk with Yah is at stake, especially in this time when we start to consider that people are going to begin to challenge you on who you are. Why do you believe what you believe? What do you know about this thing that you say you are? Are you going to be able to give an answer? All right, bless you all. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.